guys, what a day. Absolutely insane. Let's quickly go over what the plan is for tomorrow, as well as just a reminder. Look, it's not every day you catch gains like this, and we've done it now back to back, so protect gains tomorrow. However, something fishy is going on here, and I almost feel like we haven't gotten the news and one side is getting trapped here. The trend closed bullish, even with that sell into close. The NAMO is set to go higher against all odds. You know, and yesterday this was bearish. We got that news, right? And I am just wondering what is going on, because obviously you have Bitcoin now exploding, and if we use Bitcoin as reference here, granted it didn't have as big of a sell and all of that, but this thing is like ready to go. And again, like Bill said, no one really knows why. The VIX still technically in a downtrend here on the hourly, but can bounce at any point. The 89 has been huge for it before, but it also hasn't. Okay? Still highly alarming that this thing like won't give up, right? So I think we'll know more in about 3 hours here, since the 0.5 on this hourly was the top. And if we come up tomorrow in the open, but we can't take out highs, please watch out. And the reason being, when we go here to our original plot, right, when we go to the original plot and look, there is still a chance that this timing window here, even though we've gone up, is a reject, and we're about to come down really hard, and I mean really hard. And the argument for that is, what if this is nothing but a rising wedge? It will break, and it will break soon, and you know where they go. They go down south fast. However, let's hope that doesn't happen, because that would suck for a lot of people. It would look really bad, in my opinion, when you have a president come out today at the Resolute desk, say, hey, I think it's a great time to buy stock. Okay? The shit flies hard and we sell up here, and it does that. Now, let's hope that this is a hammer candle. Okay? But right here is the last chance for this failed move to save itself, I'd say. I'm gonna put an alert there. And in SPX terms, it means we need to absolutely minimum regain 5,700 and go here. Because let's squint and romanticize that this is a cup. I mean, you could go there. Again, I'm talking about this lower week. You could go there and still have 50% pullback and then rip. But that looks sketchy. So, after reviewing these charts a little bit, I'm fucking gloriously happy that I'm 95% cash. Okay, but in desperate times lately, we have gotten news, right? This thing still, in my opinion, needs to go. Okay, so I'll be looking at it on Friday premiums, because they took, again, really happy that I am not holding a bunch of other money. I remember I rolled here 600s next week. If they start moving, great, fantastic. You can get some killer deals tomorrow if this wants to go and test here, right? Chips haven't really rallied the way that I thought maybe they could. The only thing I played today was Avgo. I'm not touching Nvidia. I think this whole thing just is fishy. Okay, caught TTD on earnings, which is great. Happy about that. Whoop to do. This was the first thing that started moving today. What else? Coinbase. That's not good. But obviously Bitcoin's ripping. I swung MSTR. I don't know if there could be a flush possibility. I remember there was a Friday. We bought calls. They were $25 and they ran to like 1100, something crazy like that. Not saying that'll happen again, but I've seen crazier things, right? That was a big old flush miss, but again, let's see. Even this came back. This came back too. So Tesla has now spent 2 weeks doing this shit. Okay, now it's done this before. Let me just go back and like here, for instance, before like the biggest move of all time. But this pattern it's doing right now reminds me of last spring when we were playing it too. Why? Because it runs into the summer. It's pretty hard to catch, but we still have that ghost up to here. It is definitely getting ready, but again, for this not to have to come and scoop this half moon, it needs to go like tomorrow. Okay, so this whole sell was super sketchy. You could argue a wall into the close, but it started earlier than just the close. I mean, usually it's like the last 10 minutes. This started before then, and that is a topping candle. So I'm not holding my breath. Did grab some small in the monies there in case we gap up, because I've seen crazier stuff. But it's crickets on the news side, and I don't know what happens tomorrow, or even if we have anything on the calendar. So because it's Friday, watch out with the premiums. But tomorrow we got some Fed speakers at, you know, here, weird time for me, but really early in the morning. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Fed speakers tomorrow. So I hope Trump comes and steals the spotlight and say tweets today would be a good day to buy DJT. But be careful tomorrow. This also indicates that this was, I don't know what that was, if that was just triggered with that news headline, oh, he's gonna text the reach, who cares. But it's still of concern that we rallied all day, couldn't close above highs, but we did hold the lows, so that's good. But there was never any bounce, so that is a little bit sketchy to me. It's not the end of the world, but it is a topping pattern if we start going down. And if we start going down here, we're going down plenty, which kind of sucks because we know we're gonna get some type of China news right over the weekend. So it's like, do we wait all day and like buy a YOLO last minute, you know? But for tomorrow, real quick here, there, the 9th, we are here. The biggest GEX is 560. this shows that you need to gap up basically, and if you're holding calls and we don't gap up, get out of them. Let the market stabilize, and then we see what we do live. All right, God bless. What a day. Incredible.